Hello there, racing fans, and welcome back to the Ginger Joe Racing Show, brought to you in association with betting.co.uk. And I'm your host, Ginger Joe, and I'm back with the next installment of our National Hunt Stable Tour series. And I'm very excited by this one indeed, as I'm actually joined by none other than multiple Grade 1 winning trainer, Cheltenham Festival winning trainer, Gary Moore. Gary, thank you for joining us. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, really good. I do appreciate you giving us some of your time, especially this time of year. It must be a real busy time for you and the team. But before we do go into a couple of the runners, I think it's only right, Gary, that we mention the horse that I think really put you on the map, Sire de Grugy, won the Tingle Creek twice, won the Clarence House, the Desert Orchid, champion chase winner. He must be a horse real close to your heart. And of course, for Jamie, it must have been a pleasure to ride.
100%. Yeah, everything you said about him is absolutely spot on. He's still here, thank goodness. And Jamie's wife rides him out nearly every day. He often gives them the babies a lead and everything, and he's a complete legend to the place, and I owe a lot to him, to be quite honest.
Just a proper professional, isn't he? But it doesn't stop you there, Gary, does it, this year? I mean, you've got some lovely horses to go to battle with. And I think the right place to start would be for Goshen, for yourself and Steve Packham. I mean, what horse he's been for you, undeniably got an absolute huge engine, twice a winner of the Kingwell. First of all, obviously, how is he doing with you at the moment? And I see he's entered at Goodwood on Sunday. Is that going to be the plan?
He probably will run at Goodwood on Sunday, albeit well, as long as the ground stays soft or good to soft, he'll probably run. It's probably a race that's far too good for him on paper as it stands at the moment. Anyway, but he'll go there just to blow the cobwebs away and improve his fitness before he goes novice chasing, you know?
Yeah, excellent. I mean, he's only 6. It feels like he's been around forever just because of the highlights that he's given us already, doesn't it? But how does he handle it? Has he been schooling at home already? Has he been jumping some fences?
He has done, and he did before the end of last season as well. But he hasn't over-schooled because the ground's just too quick at the moment, you know? So we did school about 30 horses this morning, but I'd like to drop more rain before and I'll probably take him away to school somewhere as well, you know.
Okay.
But at the moment he'll need this run on Sunday, and that'll bring him forward. Then he'll go novice chasing. He could run at Ascot at the end of the month.
Brilliant. Is there, with someone like Goshen, is there a long-term plan, or with him switching to novice chasing, is it see how he gets on at, say, maybe Ascot and then take it from there?
That's exactly what it'll be. You know, if he was starting off early enough, and if he doesn't take the chase, he goes straight back over hurdles.
Okay.
The sort of thing. And then the season sorts itself out from where he can go with the rating, you know.
And that's going to have to be right-handed, I'm assuming, Gary, as well. Is that fair?
Absolutely. He threw a race away last year at Linfield left-handed. I wouldn't do it again for that sort of money if that sort of race is on again round there next year, you know, because he comes into his own when he's at the soft, when it's nearly unraceable. That's when he's at his best, sort of thing.
Yeah, he turns deadly, doesn't he, in the soft ground? Absolutely. I can't wait to see that unfold, Gary. Really excited to see how he gets on over fences. I can't believe he's still only 6. Definitely got a big career still ahead of him. But another one I quite like of yours, potentially with chasing in mind for this year's Porticello. He looks like he's built like a chaser, and he's a Grade 1 winner now, of course, as well.
Yeah, he has. He's done particularly well over the summer. He's grown and strengthened. He won't go chasing this year. I don't know. I think they can go too young. It's a massive opportunity up till Christmas, but with the weight for age allowance. But I thought I broke a horse's heart last year doing it Nassau Lamb, and I wouldn't be in a rush to do it again. Another season over hurdles for him is what's coming up.
He finished best of the British, didn't he, in the Triumph? Do you think he is likely to go down the potential route of a champion hurdle, or is he not quite up to it? Or again, we'll sort of see how it unfolds as the season goes on.
He'll have to improve to go down that route quite a bit. I think he's more stamina laden than he is speed laden, unless he is a bigger, stronger horse now. So whether he's got some speed that he never had last year, I hope so, but I'd love to go down a champion hurdle route, but hand on heart, I don't think he's quite good enough, and never really gets the ground that he wants. He's another soft ground horse, you know.
I do feel like you were quite frustrated with conditions when you went through the season last year, but we definitely did see when he was at Haydock, obviously the gears that he definitely shows. So
Yeah.
Do you think that he's going to need to improve too much more to go? Because he wasn't far behind Knight Salute, and I think the plan with him is to go towards the champion hurdle. Do you think he just needs to
Yeah.
improve a couple more pounds, or is it a case of
I'd like to think there's more improvement in him than there is in Night Salute. Night Salute's typical juvenile hurdler that done exceptionally well, and probably he'll find it. I think he might find it hard to progress as much as we should do, really. You know.
okay, excellent. Well, another one of your juveniles then on that note, Gary, Teddy Blue. He came to you as a juvenile. He was chucked in at the deep end a little bit, wasn't he? But he was, speaking of Knight Salute, second to him in the Adonis. Obviously came there with that flying run.
Yeah.
How has he summered and what's the plan with him? We don't really know too much about him at this stage because he came out quite quickly.
Yeah. He had a wind up at the end of the season. He's back from that now, and so far so good. Touch wood. And so he may go. He might have a run on the flat first, and then if he doesn't run on the flat, he'll run in the listed hurdle at Kempton on the 19th, I think it is, this month. He's a horse that wants decent ground, and like you say, he's a very talented horse. He probably would have given Knight Salute a run for his money had he not walked through the last, you know. Yeah, and he's done particularly well, and it's just a case of getting him fit now, ready to run.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing him. I definitely think for you to chuck him in the deep end so soon and for him to handle it the way he did, he must have a serious engine on him going forward as well. Another one I like of yours, Gary, Authorized Speed. He was fifth in the champion bumper. Again, you were best of the British in that race. I'm sure he's gone into loads of notebooks, obviously, this season. He was only 11 lengths behind Facile Vega. Have any plans been made for him just yet?
Lots of plans have been made for him, but he's another one who needs proper soft ground. Really does. He could step up to 2.5 miles, but I think he's got enough pace for 2. With the main objective will probably be the Tolworth.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll probably suit him down to the T as well.
It should, yeah.
You usually get the ground for the day as well, don't we, at the Tolworth as well?
Yeah, all being well, yeah. He'll have maybe 1 or 2 runs before. Schools very, very well, and just a very, very nice horse.
Son of Authorized, so there's not too much wrong with his dad either, was there? So he must have a little bit of class in there for the season.
Right, yeah.
Botox has Gary. Now, again, finished off last year winning a grade 2 for you at Fontwell. And that day he beat Brewing Up a Storm, Montmorel, Darva Star. These are all really highly regarded horses. Has that opened some doors for Botox has this year?
Yeah, I was very lucky on Nick Jammy there that he could have gone up quite a bit, but the handicap only put him up a pound, which is probably decent of him. I'd like to see him progress into a decent staying hurdler, you know, and that's the route we'll be going down. Obviously, we'll use his mark first, but you know, I definitely, hopefully, owners are very ambitious, and they're not easy to train for, don't print that, but because they go where it suits them, not where it suits the horse, you know. I could almost see him hopefully stepping up and making to a nice staying hurdler.
I mean, he's got that versatility. He won on the old course at Cheltenham, didn't he? Then he won on the new course as well. So is it, again, in case you don't want to release like the long-term plan just yet, you're going to just ease him into the season, see how he progresses, and then go from there?
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely, yeah.
Well, another one that you've got on your books for John and Yvonne Stone is Nassalam. Very interesting. He's actually a grade 2 winner now as well. Taken to fences really, really nicely. And again, he's beat some really good horses, Solo, T-Clipper, and also finished off last season well at Fontwell. He also is entered at Chepstow on Saturday. Is that still to go ahead?
He doesn't run. The ground's too quick for him there. Owners didn't want to go either, so he doesn't run there. I felt he underachieved last year. I know he won 3 races. Okay, he got very lucky at Newbury. And he done amazingly well to win first time out at Ascot, which he impressed me. But he didn't progress from Ascot, which he should have done. I know he won 2 more races afterwards. He got lucky at Newbury, and then he got into this habit of jumping. I think it was right-handed, But he's scored this year and he's gone straight as a die, so that's important for me. And I feel he's a better horse at home this year. I just felt he underachieved last year, and I think he could be a nice horse. And I do feel the reason he underachieved because I sent him chasing too early and too hard a race first time out.
Just a bit baby, isn't he? Is he summered well then? Has he grown over the summer as well?
Yeah, he's grown, strengthened. Look, he came in looking terrible. He didn't do well at grass, but he's picked up nicely now.
Brilliant, brilliant. Look forward to seeing his targets for sure. Editor Dejit then, he's seriously tough, isn't he? He went on a bit of a roll last year, won at Newbury, Aintree, also went on Cheltenham's old course and the new course when he was probably had a few question marks about if he was going to be able to handle the trap. He did it really well. And he actually capped off the year by finishing 4th in the Grand Annual, Gary, as well. He must have been chuffed with that run.
Yeah, he did. And I don't think he was at his best then, if I'm honest with you. It was a great run under the conditions and everything. He's going to be not easy to place. Whether we go to Ascot, but it's the wrong way round, he's best going left-handed, or whether we save him for Liverpool, at Aintree early in the season. I'm not quite sure. But he's got to have nice ground, so he will be out sooner rather than later.
You've definitely placed him well so far, Gary. Can't argue with that. That's for sure. How about Fascinating Lips then? I was actually at Fontwell last week, and this one bolted up. A son of Camford Cliffs as well. Absolutely pulled the arms off, ran away. Looks like a smart one, Gary. Did you expect that from him on the day?
I expect him to run well. The race cut up to nothing, didn't it, in the end? I'd say it was a very, very poor race. Because to see him win the way he doesn't take racing too kindly. He needs plenty of time between his races. I must admit, I was very surprised to see him win as well as he did. And obviously, jumping, he enjoys his jumping. He jumps so well, travels strongly. Beat what he beat, I don't know. I don't think they were very good, if I'm honest with you. But he did impress me, and he would be impressed the way he done it. But I'm not quite sure how the value of the form, to be honest with you.
When's he going to be out next? You're going to give him a little break, or is he going to come out soon?
He'll have to have time between races. He's not a very good eater.
Okay.
I'd love to give him another run quickly, and then he qualifies for a race at Ascot. But I'm not going to be able to do it because he wouldn't be right for him to do. Yeah. He just can't take it.
Sure. Definitely going to be an exciting one moving forward. So, Gary, I've got 2 to go for you, and they're both actually unraced. And these are 2 that I'm particularly very interested in. You've got a 3-year-old gelding who's entered at Chepstow on Saturday, a son of Frankel, running in the same colours of Porticello, Age of Sail.
Yeah.
Something nice intriguing about him.
Sorry?
Something intriguing about him.
What's that?
Well, I think it's his breeding. He's a son of Frankel, and he's coming hurdling straight away.
Yeah, I think he's disappointed on the flat. Obviously, I didn't train him on the flat. But I think he was a big disappointment. He touched wood. His score's pretty good. The race on Saturday isn't the strongest in the world. But if he doesn't win Saturday, I don't know what would happen after that because it's a weak race. Okay, the Alan King horse might outstay us or something like that. But. Or I don't know what the rest of the field are like, but he's a nice horse, scores well, but he is a Frankel, and he might be a fraction on the soft side. I don't know, but he's let him down enough times on the flat this year. But he is a nice, and he's a big horse as well, so he should take to it. But he runs in a tongue pie. Yeah.
Hopefully it brings a little bit of spark out of him with a hurdle in front of him. I mean,
that's what I hope. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And finally then, Gary, I've got one more for you. A 3-year-old motivator gelding out of a High Chaparral filly called Galaxidi.
Who?
00 Galaxidi. He's down on the racing post under your training at the moment. No run. Never run before. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, that I bought the horse, but I've never seen it since. All I know is it's a nice horse, got a pedigree. It came from after it left the sales. I haven't seen it since. It went away to be broken, and it won't join me till December.
Cool. I did think that was the case. It's just the fact that it's motivator son, you know, I was like, oh, I've got to ask. I need to find out where he is.
It's just he's in that 100 grand race at Doncaster, and I had to get him on my list for that, you know, but otherwise he wouldn't have been.
Sure.
But apparently he's a nice horse.
Yeah.
You know as much as me, nearly, you know.
Perfect. So, done a bit of research on that one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll come down and help you with him on that one, Gary. Like,
Yeah.
All right, Gary. Well, thank you for doing that. I'm going to just finish off with a quick fire questions for you, okay? Just so we can find out a little bit more about Gary Moore. We're going to start off tea or coffee, Gary?
Tea.
Shishkin or Energumene?
Tough one. Both very, very good horses, but I'd have to say probably Energumene.
Interesting. Pineapple, does it belong on pizza?
Sorry?
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Pipe and apple. Yeah, it could do. Definitely, yeah.
Gold Cup or Grand National?
Sorry?
Gold Cup or Grand National?
Gold Cup.
Cats or dogs?
Neither.
Cato or Denman?
Denman.
And what horse would you like to train if out of any horse out there other than your own?
Alpinista.
Oh, nice. Interesting. Fair enough. Even after the arc or before? And one final question. A dark horse of the year then, Gary? Anything that is a little bit going under the radar that you think summoned really well that can give my viewers something to look out for moving forward?
Poncho.
Poncho,
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
well, we'll definitely be looking out for that one then. Didn't take too much thinking, so you must think a lot of him.
No, he's a nice horse. He ran well in his bumper. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, we'll look out for that one then. I was going to put a Josh, Jamie, or Ryan in there, but I just thought that might be a little bit unfair in the this or that question for you. But Gary, look, best of luck to yourself and the team for the rest of the season. Maybe we'll catch up towards the end of the season, see how obviously it's progressed. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll let you get back to your day.
Thank you very much.
Right, thanks, Gary. All the best to you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.